Ms. Denise Phua.
So the attention given to students with special needs in schools has grown from strength to strength, thanks to the MOE team. However, with the backdrop of the rapidly disruptive economy and employment market, I'm concerned that this special population would still be left behind unless we put in more strategic focus and priority. Many students with special needs fall off the cliff after completing their formal schooling at age 18 or 21. Unlike their typical peers, SkillsFuture does not quite cater to them yet. But advances like artificial intelligence will not only replace low-skilled jobs, but also some tasks performed in higher-skilled jobs. How can MOE ensure that persons with special needs can continue to learn and upgrade their academic, vocational, and life skills throughout their lives? How have MCI and the Smart Nation initiative specifically support the special needs community in terms of curriculum development, delivery, and assessment, and nurture both students and staff? I propose a lifelong learning master plan be developed and implemented to empower and equip young and adult learners with special needs to be future ready. Recently, I was told of the story of Mary, and this is about enhanced support for those in mainstream schools. I was told the story of Mary, not her real name, who is now 17 years old. Her mother wrote, "We discovered Mary was musical from primary 3. She was in the school choir and competed in international choir competitions, winning awards with the school. Also a strong member of the speech and drama group. She was diagnosed with ADHD and struggled in school with inconsistent learning support for her education needs. From the express stream, she switched to the normal academic, and then finding difficulty coping socially, she then also developed clinical depression. Despite that, she pressed on with her family, spent much less time in music, passed her GCE and A exams, and scored an aggregate of 14. Not good enough to qualify for LaSalle or NAFA because she did not have an O-level cert. Mary is now in the ITE's DPP Electrical Engineering program for eligible N-level students, because the program doesn't have options in performing or creative arts. She will spend the next 2 years in an engineering course of no interest to her in the hope that she can get a NITEC certification in 2 years so that she can apply for LaSalle or NAFA. So her mother wrote to me, not to complain, but to share to us if better support could have been given to students with diverse needs and talents like Mary, and if there are other better options for young people like her. Mary's case is not isolated. A highly talented, visually impaired young pianist and composer, Adeline, also faced the same dilemma. Next, the stricter mother tongue exemption policy in mainstream schools too has impacted students with diverse needs. A respected psychologist consultant in the private sector, who consults for the MOE actually, is in grief when countless appeals that he made to exempt his child from mother tongue were rejected unless she fails in all subjects. This is notwithstanding the fact that she's diagnosed to have dyspraxia and other learning challenges. Learning is a big struggle, and the families are waiting for the 12 years of compulsory education to be over and are seriously contemplating other options for their lives after the 12 years, after P6. But what of others who are not able to afford other options? So the current support model in mainstream school appears to be inadequate and needs a rethinking in terms of the support framework and resources. When I comb through online on what's available in Singapore and compare them to some of the other better models, not all are better, but some are better, there's a stark difference in the depth and quantity of resources available to support learners with special needs in the mainstream classroom. I therefore seek ministers' update on what is the existing support model, the adequacy level, and the optimal support level that can be provided for students with special needs within A, primary schools, 2, secondary schools, 3, IHL, such as the ITEs, polytechnics, and the universities. On SPED schools, I'm very thankful to SMS Janil and the ministers. SMS chaired the Compulsory Education Committee, the CE Committee, and good work has been done to understand the needs and also to obtain suggestions from the many focus groups comprising students, staff, and families. Many issues were raised that relate to how the quality of SPED schools can be further enhanced so that the stigma could be removed and every SPED school is and perceived as a school of choice for students who are better off in this specialist setting. The work of the CE committee, I believe, is not over, and I ask MOE to continue to look at enhancing SPED schools in this fourth industrial revolution that Singapore is in. And SPED Academy. Finally, I wish to repeat my COS request last year to set up a SPED Special Education Academy to ensure that, one, the lifelong learning needs of persons with special needs in our country will be addressed so that they can be contributing members to society and lead a quality of life that's not below that of other citizens. Two, to also ensure that more educators and other professionals in this field develop deeper capability and skills mastery. Three, to ensure that family caregivers can hone their skills and more effectively support their wards with special needs throughout life. And four, to ensure that employers, colleagues, members of the public can enhance their awareness and skill sets to accept, work with, and value persons with special needs in Singapore. In conclusion, sir, children and adults with special needs are not merely statistics and burdens who cost us money. They have potential and can contribute to society if given a fair chance and the appropriate training and support. It takes a village to raise a child, they say, but it takes a leader to lead the village. For a first world education system, MOE must lead and assemble the right helping hands and take its place to facilitate stronger support for learners with diverse and special needs in our country.